Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim said he would speak to Alejandro Garnacho after the winger went straight to the dressing room when he was substituted in the first half of the 3-2 win against Ipswich. Amorim replaced Argentina international Garnacho with defender Nasser Mazraoui 2 minutes before half-time following Patrick Dorgo's red card. It was raining heavily at Old Trafford and Garnacho seemed to indicate he wanted to take his shirt off, so he headed down the touchline to the dressing room rather than take a place on the bench. It is not known whether he stayed for the second half. "I am going to talk with Garnacho about that," said Amorim. In December, the 20-year-old attacker was dropped for the derby against Manchester City at Etihad Stadium along with Marcus Rashford, partly due to his poor performance in training and his attitude. Unlike Rashford, who has not played for United since and is now on loan at Aston Villa, Garnacho returned to first-team duties immediately. "You are making a connection with Rashford," said Amorim, assessing Wednesday's situation. It was cold and wet. Amorim's decision was a tactical one stemming from the red card, allowing his team to largely keep their original shape with 5 at the back. "The thinking was that we would play 5-3-1. That is a risk because he, Garnacho, is the one who can play 1v1 in pace," Amorim said. "We had to choose someone to go out. It was my choice. This has been a tough week at United, with news that more staff members will be losing their jobs. United's victory therefore will come as little comfort to those directly affected, no matter how entertaining this game proved to be." A mid-season home win against opposition who look destined for a swift return to the Championship is not going to live long in the memory. However, the manner of the success, fighting back from the concession of a shambolic early opening goal and rallying again after a red card and another avoidable goal, was greeted with enthusiasm from the stands at the final whistle. "The fan support was amazing," said Amorim. "I have felt that since day one. They want to see the team fight to the end, no matter what the situation. We did that today. All the things in the game were against us, but we fought through that. You feel the connection. It was a good win for us." Privately, United officials accept this has been a traumatic week and that Chief Executive Omar Barada did not find it easy on Monday to stand before staff and tell them the bad news that up to 200 jobs could go in the next 4 months. "It is perfectly believable when some currently working at the club say morale among the rank and file is at its lowest ebb. But the conviction among those running United is absolute that the changes needed to be made. Their problem is an understanding that off-field decisions are assessed through the prism of results at first-team level. And the results have terrible. Early in this contest, with Ipswich leading through the atrocious mix-up that offered Jadon Philogen a 4th-minute tap-in, the visiting fans offered their own pretty blunt assessment of United. The words were somewhat more industrial, but effectively, "You're really not very good." That's fair enough when assessing opponents who are supposed to be challenging for major honours but started this game 15th in the table. Yet those responsible for making key decisions are adamant faith in Amorim remains high. They feel what is currently being endured amounts to teething problems with a coach trying to implement a new system. Another change, it is argued, will merely repeat past mistakes. The club have been in a malaise for years, it could be said, and the cycle has to be broken. However, there is also an acceptance this will not be straightforward. Amorim noted that this success, like the robust rearguard action that brought an FA Cup victory with 10 men at Arsenal and a defiant draw against champions-elect Liverpool, was not achieved in the manner he wants his side to play. "We need to survive, but it is hard for me to play like we play in the second half because I feel the players are more comfortable defending the low block," Amorim said. Amazingly, United have now matched their best form under Amorim by going 2 Premier League games without defeat. They are up to 14th but are 9 points off the top half of the table and a distant 13 away from a Champions League place, even if the Premier League gets 5 places as expected. No one at Old Trafford expects Amorim's side to go on a huge winning run to the end of the season. However, there is a feeling that they can improve, and results in the FA Cup 5th round tie with Fulham on Sunday and the Europa League last 16 tie with Real Sociedad are crucial to maintaining hopes of European qualification. Dorgo will miss the Fulham game through suspension. Amorim has learned already that the price of being associated with United is that any action of significance will be amplified. The glare of publicity is fierce. Plenty at the club noted within the reaction to this week's cost-cutting news at United that not many employers offer staff the free lunches that are being taken away. Other companies have made far more people redundant. But the allure of United drives interest and therefore commercial revenues far beyond most comparable-sized businesses. There is always attention on United, whether about matters on or off the pitch. Debate surrounding this game will not be about the result, but about that ridiculous opening goal when Dorgo and Andre Onana practically waved Ipswich through to score. When everybody watched that ball, they thought, "Here we go again," said Amorim. And there was much to discuss about Dorgo's red card. Amorim stressed he saw no malice, explaining, he doesn't want to harm anyone. Sometimes you overdo it. So, Amorim's fourth home Premier League win as United head coach had plenty of drama about it. But it will take far more than this to sweep away the dark clouds currently hanging over Old Trafford. Jadon Philogene scored twice for the Blues, opening his Premier League account for the club, but a Sam Morsy own goal and strikes from Matthijs de Ligt and Harry Maguire secured the points for the Red Devils. The Blues made 2 changes for the visit to Old Trafford, as both Axel Tuanzebe and Sam Morsy returned to the side. Alex Palmer started in goal, with Tuanzebe, Dara O'Shea, Jacob Greaves and Leif Davis in defence. Morsy captained the side in midfield, alongside Jens Kajust, with Philogene, Omari Hutchinson and Jack Clark supporting Liam Delap. It was Town striker Delap who had the first opportunity of the evening, as he broke into the left side of the United box and dragged his shot across the face of goal. Town didn't need to wait long to take the lead, though, as the visitors took advantage of a mix-up at the back involving Patrick Dorgo and Andre Onana, which gave Philogene the simplest of finishes as he rolled the ball into the empty net. The Blues kept pushing, but needed a Palmer save to keep the lead intact, as he kept out Harry Maguire, with the rain continuing to lash down at Old Trafford. United equalised when a wicked free kick into the danger zone by Bruno Fernandes, with Morsy getting the final touch on its way into the net on 22 minutes and, from their next opportunity, the hosts were in front. De Ligt scored the second as, after Palmer had got down well to push a first United effort away from another free kick, the Dutch centre-half beat Kajust to the ball to turn home. United were reduced to 10 men before the break as, after a lengthy VAR review, Dorgo was dismissed for a nasty foul on Hutchinson, which left the Town man requiring treatment. But there was still time for Town to find an equaliser before the interval. It came from Philogene again, with the Town wingers cross from the right drifting all the way through and finding the bottom corner of Onana's goal. United were back in front just a couple of minutes into the second half, when Maguire arrived from deep to head home a corner. As Town continued to push and probe at United's 10 men, the first changes of the night saw Nathan Broadhead and Jack Taylor replace Hutchinson and Morsy, at the same time as United introduced Casemiro for Rasmus Højlund. Taylor's first big involvement came when a quick corner routine was worked to him on the edge of the United box, with the midfielder's shot curling away from the goal and wide without troubling Onana. Town kept looking for openings but couldn't find an equaliser as the game ended in defeat.